I have been empowered by Fight Management to announce a very special match taking place next week. This will be the first ever 3-point rush match.
Ron Holiday has scored the first fall. Ricky Reyes has scored the second fall. Michael Zamanio has one fall. Ricky Reyes has scored his second fall. Corey Bush has scored his first fall. Michael Zamanio has scored his second point.
Whoa! Watch it, buddy.
Lars Madison here. I have a proposition for you. You want to be in the main event?
Absolutely.
Well, then follow me. I picked you for Tanner Reynolds. Really? He's who was smoother than George Washington crossing the Delaware? Smooth criminal indeed. What do you think?
I mean, I guess, but I can't control the wolf out there.
I can control the wolf.
Here with your Fight Pro Wrestling champion, Tanner Reynolds. Tanner, this week you go up against AC Wolf, who was chosen handpicked for you by your number one contender, Michael Zamanio. How do you feel about these unconventional opponents?
Unconventional? Unconventional? Let's call it like it is, because Tanner Reynolds speaks truth. Those guys are crazy. They're Looney Tunes. They're nut jobs. But what neither one of them is the Fight Heavyweight Champion. I've held this title for over 400 days, not because I'm out of my mind, but because I have mind. I have sense of mind. I am brilliant. I am the man. I am a survivor.
The following contest is a tag team match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at a total combined weight of 235 pounds, please welcome Brittany Blake and Samantha Heights, the Sinister Sweethearts!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fight Pro Wrestling. I, as always, am your hero, Jason Heat, the king of the quiff, and you got anything clever to say?
Do I have anything ever clever to say?
And that's Mike Valentine, ladies and gentlemen.
And their opponents, introducing first, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 140 pounds, she is J-Ro, Jenny Rose!
Now, we saw the Sinister Sweethearts pretty much say after they quote-unquote ran Kelly out of here, which that's a whole story on its own, pretty much say they're running Fight Pro Wrestling. Last week we saw Jenny Rose and Zoey Skye accept their challenge for this week.
And her partner, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 110 pounds, Zoey Skye!
That's right. this episode of Fight, your main event. After winning the 3-point rush and becoming #1 contender last week, Michaels Amadio has chosen his former rival and now seems to be maybe would-be protege AC Wolf as his hand-picked opponent for Tanner Reynolds tonight in a non-title match to kind of warm up the champ, under the condition that Lars Madison is AC Wolf's manager. And before that, as we see the Sinister Sweethearts deciding who will fight first, we've got our very own punk rock mean girls, the queens of fight. And I'm not afraid to say it, two of my absolute favorites on the roster, Valentine. They have dominated fight since they have arrived, and they're going up against the homegrown heroes of Zoey, Skye, and Jenny Rose, who I know are two of your favorite ladies in professional wrestling.
Well, Jenny Rose has been with us for such a long time. She did have quite a sabbatical, but she's one of the original fight competitors here. So it means a lot to her when two people come in here and pretty much claim that they can run roughshod here and fight pro wrestling. So I understand where she's coming from.
You say claim, I say prove. We've seen her run Kelly Klein out of town. I mean, that's not true.
Completely inaccurate.
It's not completely inaccurate. She did attempt vehicular assault, and then Kelly hasn't been around. It's because she went to Japan. But listen, possession is 9/10 of the law, and talking smack is 9/10 of wrestling. So I'm going to give it to the Sweethearts.
And how much is delusion?
It's everything I have, Mike. And it's all they've left me.
Just quick tagging in and out here, and finally Samantha Heights going after Zoey Skye, and Zoey Skye using her quickness and taking down Samantha Heights. Irish whip off the rope, flying cross body, goes for the quick cover.
If there's only one thing I like more than watching the Sinister Sweethearts belittle our broadcast colleague Andrew Ace Gordon into the back, it's watching them attempt some awesome devastation in the ring, and it's really wonderful. This is actually the very first match that we have seen the Sinister Sweethearts have as a tag team here in Fight. Jenny Rose taking it to Samantha Heights right in the corner. Really clocking her right with that forearm in the chin. Of all these women, I would have to say I think that Jenny Rose probably is the strongest of all of them. What would you say?
I definitely would have to agree with you on that one. Jenny Rose, well known for her powerlifting as well. Obviously going to use that kind of smash mouth style, and she has the Japanese training behind her as well with all of her tours that she's done.
Yeah.
Going for the Boston Crab here, Samantha Heights able to get to the rope.
One thing we'll see if it plays in is that as good as they are, Zoey Skye and Jenny Rose are two singles competitors, whereas the Sinister Sweethearts have been a unit around the country now for several years. Although so far, Zoey Skye and Jenny Rose are working really well together.
And Bulldog out of the corner there, followed by the leg drop, hooks the leg.
Look at that dive.
And Zoey Skye rolling out of the way, and Brittany Blake unintentionally hitting Samantha Heights.
That's not cool, man. Zoey. I'm disappointed in Zoey. I mean, it was a smart move, but I didn't want to see it. Look at that! The good old over-under! London Bridge is falling down. On for a 1 count.
And Samantha Heights just staying on Zoey Skye there.
Yeah, she's angry.
Swift kick to the back.
Samantha Heights is not afraid of anyone. She is just a spitfire. She will get right in. The lost girl herself. Now our resident witch is in, Brittany Blake. She's got some supernatural beliefs that I might not subscribe to, but I know that they serve her very well, especially that bad omen finisher, kind of a cross between a Texas Cloverleaf and a Tequila Sunrise, but it's all her own. Oh my gosh, this is the lifeless eyes of Zoey Skye. And just look at that nice hook that Samantha has around her neck.
Going for the cover there. And Zoey Skye able to kick out at 2. And you can see they're right there, exactly what we were talking about earlier. They're just doing the quick tags in and out. They separated that ring. They're really showing how well of a unit they work together.
Yeah, once they were able to get Zoey trapped in that corner, they have managed not to let her leave it. That's the sign of great tag team wrestling. Just knowing your ring awareness, knowing referee positioning, making sure you're keeping people close to the ropes. Oh, hey, there we go. Oh, not a legal pin because she was choking her as well, but now going for that pin, and Zoey gets out. But knowing how to keep your opponent close to the ropes so that you're able to make the tag, but not close enough that they can reach the ropes for a rope break, there's a lot of positioning that's about tag team wrestling. Another tag, to your point, Valentine.
Brittany Blake with that suplex.
Yeah, your girls are on the ropes, V. Sinister Sweethearts just have that killer instinct, you know what I mean? They're not afraid to get people mad at them. They're not afraid to piss people off. They're not afraid to hit a little bit hard, to go for bone.
Zoey Skye starting to fight back a little bit there, but Brittany Blake able to cut her off. Irish whip back into her corner.
Oh, tandem offense. One kick to the front, one kick to the back, and one fall straight to the ground. Now, don't take anything away from Zoey Skye. I actually think she might be the single most... Ow! Oh, that shotgun knee right to the side of her temple.
Goes for the cover, and Jenny Rose knew that was probably going to be the end of the match. Jumped in there to break up that pinfall.
There was no way that Zoey Skye was going to get out of that. And there we go. Oh, referee not quite in position. And Zoey Skye kicks out. I think Zoey Skye might be the single underrated female member of the roster, though. She is a phenomenal athlete. She's come in here with a brand new attitude, a new name from her previous moniker of Angel Dust. Wanted to find herself and retake the Zoey Skye name. And and it's strikes like that, just a punt kick right up into the nose of the lost girl.
And you could see all of Zoey Skye's energy went into that kick just to make it as devastating as possible. She hasn't been able to pull herself to get the tag yet.
Samantha Heights checking to make sure she still has all of her teeth, which she does, and now, after that check is complete, trying to make her way over to Brittany Blake, who is just struggling to get her hand out there. But the powerhouse Jenny Rose is about to come in. Battle of the two redheads.
Jenny Rose going in for that cover. Brittany Blake able to kick out at two. Jenny Rose not letting up. Oh, Fisherman with the bridge. And Samantha Heights coming in to break it up.
You can see Samantha's still a little bit rattled, but she had enough of herself to go eat defeat right to Jenny Rose. And now the tandem Sinister Sweethearts. Ow! Backstabber right to Samantha Heights. And Brittany Blake's game plan has radically been altered.
And a giant spear.
Almost took her right out of her boots, as they say, and that's the thing. That's what's amazing. Look, every single time, Samantha Heights is right there. It doesn't matter how much time she gets knocked down, she gets knocked out. Either her or Brittany are always there to bust up those pinfalls.
What was that?
I don't know. What just happened?
Something's going on in the corner. Someone just pulled Zoey off the apron.
I didn't see anything.
We've seen this before. Double team offense. Is that Gemma Cross?
That is Gemma Cross. Oh, hey.
Going for the cover here.
You were right. It looks like, whoa, she just threw Zoey Skye right into the post.
The Sinister Sweethearts.
And Brittany Blake able to get the pin on Jenny Rose, but Gemma Cross was out there more or less just putting the boots to Zoey Skye. What is going on?
I don't know. Gemma Cross has been trying to find her place here in fight. We've heard that the Sinister Sweethearts have said that the smart place is to be with them, and I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I wonder if Gemma Cross has decided to hitch her wagon to their particular train. And if so, good on her. Coming up next, we've got Tanner Reynolds going up against the Wolf, AC Wolf.
And the Sinister Sweethearts with another victory. Although
obviously.
It was...
Yeah, Millhouse.
It was what?
Another victory.
Yeah.
Don't answer that. None of us care what you have to say. No. All that matters right now is that we are winners. Jenny Rose, Zoey Skye, losers.
Yes, we are winners, and Gemma here, she knows she's also a winner because she is our sweetheart in training.
That's right.
And I'm so happy to be it.
No touching.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Wait, we'll fix that. We'll work on that.
Guys, wait. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. And it will be a grappler match, which means there are no countouts, no disqualifications, and no rope breaks. The only way to win is pinfall, submission, or referee stoppage. Falls count anywhere. Introducing first, residing from his lair in McSherrystown, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 175 pounds, A.C. Wolf!
I'm excited to see AC Wolf in a grappler's match. What's the best way to get something out of a wolf? Let him out of his cage. And look at this. What I don't ever tell either of them I said this, but this is an unholy alliance. The freaks of fight here is AC Wolf, managed by Lars Madison. And while Michaels Amadio and Alan Claybaugh might not get along, it looks like the other two get along just fine.
Opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 199 pounds, he is the reigning and defending Fight Heavyweight Champion, America's most hated Tanner Reynolds!
This is a non-title match. Lars Madison himself, because his band, Michaels Amadio, won the 3-point rush, was allowed to hand-select an opponent for Tanner Reynolds this week. And, as you said, AC Wolf.
Given the shot, Lars Madison sees something in AC Wolf. After Amadio and Wolf had that incredible technicians match, I think that Lars Madison took a shining to AC Wolf. And while Alan Claybaugh outside is sort of a mild-mannered young man, inside the ring, he just happens to become a wolf. It's pretty successful for him. I personally think AC Wolf is one of the best young prospects here in Fight. We've seen him take some wins, we've seen him take some losses, but every time he's been incredibly impressive. And it looks like the Lars Madison managerial staff is already, his talent agency is already paying dividends as he's getting these fans behind AC Wolf in a way that I don't know that they've ever been before.
You can see Tanner Reynolds doesn't really know how to take what he's about to, get himself into here. I mean, he sees Lars Madison out there. He sees a wolf across the ring from him.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, would any of us? I accept it because I see it. I accept it because it's successful. But Tanner Reynolds is an incredibly successful wrestler fighting against a man who becomes a wolf and another man who speaks to a voice in his head represented by half a suit jacket. So I have to give credit for Tanner for making the most of the situation in and of itself. It's a weird place to find yourself. Shocking. Professional wrestling. Filled with weirdos. News at 11. And the howling begins! And Tanner Reynolds has no idea what to do. And that's a weird place for Tanner Reynolds, because he's a guy who always knows what to do. The master of the metagame, watches a ton of tape. He is not afraid to take advantage of every situation. He tried to take advantage of 3-point rush by putting Ron Holiday in as sort of a token representation instead of stacking it with more maybe competent or earned challengers, but he sort of made his bed. Michaels Amadio won that match, and he got to pick Tanner's opponent, and that is how Tanner Reynolds finds himself going up against the Wolf.
Tanner Reynolds with that side headlock into a cravat. Center of the ring. Now, with as strange and odd as AC Wolf is, you can see that Tanner Reynolds isn't taking him lightly.
No, not at all, because Tanner Reynolds is a really smart, calculating guy. And I think he watches every member of the Fight roster very, very carefully. That's the need of a champion. You have to know the lay of the land. You got to know the layout of your opponents. And I don't think there's anyone on this roster that Tanner Reynolds hasn't been scouting. Oh, finds himself in the corner. And that is an advantage that the freaks of Fight have in this moment. Tanner Reynolds usually the guy with all the advantages, but in this match, I don't know, maybe he doesn't.
It would be a huge, huge win for AC Wolf if he's able to pin Tanner Reynolds in a non-title match.
I would say it'd be a big upset. I believe that AC Wolf has a ton of upside. He has every potential to do it. But so far, Tanner Reynolds is undefeated in fight. We know that AC Wolf has it in him. We know that Lars Madison believes in him. But it would be an impressive and possible upset. Really grinding in on that headlock, trying to bring him up to his feet after he saw that Wolf was able to turn it into a pitting predicament when he kept him on the floor. AC Wolf able to flip around, kind of catch Tanner with that low sunset flip. Misses that kick, and again, look at just how much more aggressive AC Wolf is. How much do you think is just the opportunity to be in this main event? How much do you think it's Lars Madison? And look at those scratches! Everything is legal! He's got the scent, and he's going for blood! But unfortunately, Tanner Reynolds managed to be just too quick.
Tanner Reynolds digging his forearm into AC Wolf's face there for that cover, but AC Wolf able to kick out at 2 and doing it again. And a third time. I think Tanner Reynolds is just really upset here. Goes for a deep hook.
I think his back is still raw. You saw after that scratch, he went from that belly-to-back suplex, and when he landed, even he was in pain because his back is still raw with those wounds created by AC Wolf's claws. You know, a big part of Tanner Reynolds' game is what you saw, that grinding up against the bone and the sinuses of AC Wolf. I've seen him do it in a ton of matches now, and you see it's such a smart strategy. He gets a lot of fluid going in the face, he gets them really discombobulated, and it's so much harder for them to have any kind of reaction to his offense if they can't see, if they're distracted, if they're coughing, if they're phlegmy. And look at that! Hard lariat right to the face, exactly that area I was telling you about. It's a really interesting game plan that I've only ever seen Tanner Reynolds really utilize. Just trying to screw up the face. And look at it right there, just grinding in.
Stay in your corner. Good job, Brett. Stay in your corner. Yeah. It's around the throat.
And Tanner Reynolds keeps going back to that head control there.
It's a methodical style.
Really wearing him down, and now with that knee right in between the shoulder blades.
And you see, even while he's got that knee in the shoulder blades, he's taking advantage of these rules. And for a minute there, he had these fingers ripping into the nostrils of AC Wolf, right in his snout. You know, wolves do a lot of their hunting sense of smell. So if he's able to take out AC Wolf's nose, he's going to lose a ton of his abilities in this match. That's science, man. Pure science.
He's also still a man.
That howl says otherwise. The wolf is in control. And look at those claws. Look at those scratches. He's still got the snout of a champion. He's ready to take down ours. Going in for that cover. Almost, says AC Wolf. He's just got a little bit more hunting to do. And the pack is howling for AC Wolf. Everyone there in that audience is ready to see someone take down the champion and make it possible for Michaels Amadio, when he gets his title match, to come in with more momentum with Team Freak. Tanner Reynolds can't afford to get distracted by Lars Madison outside the ring.
We've seen this before, setting up with that running side knee.
Oh, decapitation.
Oh, and just like that, Tanner Reynolds.
Here is your winner, Tanner Reynolds!
Able to get the pinfall with that quick knee.
Everyone is doing a great job. AC Wolf did a phenomenal attempt, but no one gets up from decapitation. I see a lot of potential in this alliance, though. I see potential tag team. I see potential protege. I think Lars Madison is going to do great things for AC Wolf. His attention already paid dividends, and now Michaels and Lars Madison are both facing down Tanner Reynolds. This match coming to you soon for the Fight Heavyweight Championship.